All right, I don't know if I'm ready for this one. Branded therapeutic fragrance. You saw the name, you know the video already. So this is it. This is where I'll take shots. I'm taking shots here by Fin people. At least you know who I am. I have to put it out there. O-U-D, oud, oud, oud. It's my favorite ingredient. It's why I'm here. Let's talk about this ingredient. Let's get to know this ingredient because you have been fooled. All over YouTube, all over your design stores, all over the malls, everywhere you go. Yeah, talking to reviewers now too. Top oud list. This is a top oud list. This is what I would call a top oud list. Let's get into that just a bit. Hopefully these are barely in the shot here. That's just a piece of my collection. Let's just take any one of these. I'm not even looking at names here randomly. Let's look at this thing. Wow, look at that. That's an ingredient right there. Now, this isn't oud, but I do have oud in a smaller bottle. I'll show in a second. But I'm just saying, the price that I get oud that's in Tom Ford and almost every other designer out there and in almost every other buddy's top 10 lists out there versus this. Let's see that. Which one's more expensive? And this is this one's way more expensive. I grabbed an expensive one. But even my lowest price ouds, this one's more expensive than this. Both of them use virtually the same amount of drops to perform ingredients into a composition into perfume. Oud Wood by Tom Ford. And these ouds I'm gonna show you are pretty much the same price equally. I hope this is just getting through a little bit of what's going on and why I'm so uppity about this. My first purchase was almost $3,000 worth of oud stuff. That was this. Every one of it was a single ingredient. Here's the oud one I have. I have this. It's this size. There you go. It was that ingredient. Just a synthetic oud. There's only a couple of them out there. It's linear. It's one thing. It's made from crude oil. It's fake. It's not oud. Stuff that's in here, watch my videos, you know what it is. This top 10 list it has authentic oud in it. That's why I'm a little bit fired up. I'm seeing all these top 10 oud lists. I'm like, and I told Tom Ford, I'm telling them here on my channel, whether they ever listen or not. I'm sure one day they'll tune in and one day they'll get the message. Just take oud out of the name. It just has, you're faking people out. You're getting them to buy something. It's not. It's synthetic oud. It's not oud. You're totally getting people in the mall thinking this precious oil is something else. Yeah, it needs to change. So when you say top 10 oud videos, I expect it to be oud, not the synthetic aroma chemical. Call it the top 10 synthetic aroma chemical oud. I love this chemical. It works in compositions, but don't name like it's actually this oil that distillers that I'm friends with now have spent their whole lives chasing this oil to give us just quality after quality and the experience that this oil creates. Top of the video is a little bit longer. I want for a top 10 list. We'll get into my top 10 list. I haven't ranted for a while. I started this channel ranting almost every video when I didn't have that many viewers. I haven't put a rant in for a while. So this is, I had to let go a little bit here. This is this is one of a few ingredients that I'm gonna protect. Mostly this one, if you watch my channel. Ambergris, sandalwood, orris, I'm sure I would protect too. Just the price versus the synthetic price. These guys aren't discounting the price. They're charging it like it's the real thing. Go buy a Glade air freshener. All right, let's get into this. A actual top 10 oud list. People have asked me for this from the beginning. What are the best ouds in your collection? It was getting too long, so I'm gonna preface this really quick. I knocked out all the attars but one. I will do a separate attar video. I need to put this out there. Sultan Pasha is not mentioned in this video. I took his out. He has to be mentioned in this because he's one of the best perfumers using real oud out there. Sultan Pasha, check him out. If you're getting into oud, if you want to know what oud's about, what it can do for perfumes, Sultan Pasha is it. I own over 1,000 samples, or have over 1,000 samples. His sample set is the best one. The best experience, the best one, the one I've struggled with getting to know, the one that bends my mind the most. I have other favorites, I've mentioned them, but I could easily put his sample set at the best. If you were gonna spend money on samples, I know it's a tar, I know it's getting used to it, that's where to start. Okay, we got Salt and Pasha out of the way. Rising Phoenix isn't in here. He's another guy to check out. And then who else? Mellifluence, another guy to check out. They're just doing really creative, cool stuff, dude. Have to be mentioned in this video. On to the perfumes. I'm gonna give you a top 3. The rest of them are in no particular order. It's too hard for me. Even my top 3, when we get there, the 2 and 3 switch. And I might explain it in a bit, but it just do. So far, nothing's knocked that top one out for a composition, but we'll get to that. All right, that felt good. That's a long time coming to get that out. If I offended anybody, I'm sorry. Okay, I just to be nice and play nice, 2 synthetic compositions I love with Oud is Guerlain's Oud Essential, which for some reason the Guerlain and that synthetic, I know that it's that note, but it just goes together. And then Creed's Royal Oud. I did a review on it on this channel. So there you go. You designer heads, if you stayed around this long, I don't think you did. But there's 2 that I like with the synthetic and the composition. Just take Oud out of the name and I'll give you a whole lot less of problems. Just take it off the bottle, we're good. Okay, my smallest sample here that I have, just haven't picked up a bottle yet. I mean, I need a deal on this one. It's expensive stuff. It's a DUSITA's Oud INFINI. Review, I think I've done on all of these, just so you know. So, I mean, there's barely any more. That is only there for reference if I buy a bottle. I just want to make sure that the formulation is the same and I have a reference point. You've been warned in advance about this. This is an advanced Oud person's Oud. If you like this, you pretty much like all Oud. This is the funk. This is the real stuff. This is the fecal funk. This is when you see people gasp and breathe for air. This is the kind of Oud they're doing it with that she used against her beautiful, I call it a floral musk, citrus musk. I call it citrus musk. Just like the citrus rinds is like the base layer musk in there. Very Eastern, very Asian. Rose is in it. So you get her take on Oud and rose, very Eastern scent. Very well done. I think that's the first DUSITA I ever smelled, and it just blew me away with Chloe since then. Oh, here's another sample. This sample was $25, and if you bought the sample set, you get your money back on the bottle. I literally went back to buy this bottle. It's sold out. It says temporarily sold out, but it's been 8 months. I don't think they're gonna make it again. Resume the Flora's Gilded Age, full reviews up on it. At the start of the video, or I might put this in bonus content, I was burning my Oud incense to get me ready as I just took final notes on this and get me prepared for that top speech. Because I got way more viewers now. I want to confine the rants. It's been a while, but so I lit this to calm my mind. Gilded Age is this in a bottle. This is Shanli incense. I got it from ENSAR Oud last Black Friday as part of my purchase. And it just creates bliss in the room. And the perfume does the same. It's incense, Oud incense, not your myrrh and frankincense, on your skin the entire day. The price is justified. You get like an 8-hour wearing of this. This is about 30 to 45 minutes of a burn session, and which I do all the time. Mondays, especially Monday morning, just getting my week started right. That's Gilded Age. From Resume Les Fleurs. I bought this for different reasons. I bought this for the Birds in Paradise from the Olfaction Awards. Gilded Age was just a super bonus point that I can't get anymore. All right, here's a bigger bottle of this. This stuff's expensive. This is about 3 to 5 ml. I don't know exactly what was in it. Review of this, House of Matriarchs, Eaglewood. It's just a straight up easy Oud. No fecal at all, but that medicinal Oud lifting up. You get the entire wearing. Not much else going on in this perfume. I don't ask for much more. So if you just want an Oud wearing as an easy perfume spray on with a little bit of that matriarch incense musk I talked about and what she has for her house accord, it's another perfect wearing, another like incense wearing, just straight up not really more than oud you can get, and that matriarch dry down. Just good stuff. Good wearing. House of Matriarch Eagle. Just side note, the oud I'm talking about, you oud heads out there, more of a floral top oud, maybe in the form of frangipani. I mean, you're not going to get full frangipani, but if you're into oud, you know, chocolate, any bitter coffee, and you hear people talk about raspberry and chocolate notes and all this on these weird things, you're getting the floral notes on top of this oud. So you get the full oud with the floral notes on top in the form of frangipani. That helps it all with Eaglewood. I mean, it's expensive stuff. Definitely would only buy it on her 50% discount. I think the price is justified. It is real oud composition compared to what's out there. When you talk real oud, it's in line with everything. Oud's an expensive ingredient. And I've talked about it many times. When you buy real oud and perfume, your dollar's worth a lot more than that synthetic stuff. All right, the easiest one to wear here, Fatih Sultan Mehmed. Reviews up. Real oud in it, oud and rose. His take on oud and rose, one of the oldest pairings in perfumery. Just its own accord. Check out the review. This is genius composition. You're not gonna get a ton of oud in this. This is a starter person's oud. A lot of people have this bottle and don't even realize oud's in it. It just adds in the base, and just this is where it just lifts all the other notes up and plays into them. And it very subtle. I can detect it's there. I know it's there. He uses really high quality, expensive oud in his compositions. Had to include Fatih Sultan Mehmed in the list. One of my best oud perfumes. I mean, it's one of those fresh compositions. Floral fresh, ocean fresh, fruit fresh. Just something I've never smelled before. Oud helps out with that freshness. Oud's not just dirty and animalic. This is how it helps out in compositions. This might be the biggest beast fragrance I own in my collection. It's Josh's take on oud from the House of Slumber House. 6s and 7s. This thing is cumin on top. You're not going to get away from the cumin. Fortunately, it gets better. It's gotten better over the past year. The oud versus the Slumber House punch DNA, like throttled up, like it's almost a pure parfum. This thing is just loud. And you guys see the fragrances I have in my collection. This is probably the loudest fragrance I have. Beast of a fragrance. I don't know anything more beast mode than this that I have. His take on oud. If you gotta love Slumber House DNA. It's one of those that you either hate it or like it. There's really no in between. It's either going to become annoying to you and you want to away from it, or intrigue you and pull you in and you want more of it. And that's what it does to me. It's an adventure. Every time I put on Slumber House, this is the apex of loud and just vibrant. When you dress it up and want to go out and just, put your man on. This is it. Yeah, I put this 90-10. I think that's the highest I've swung over. 90 masculine, 10 feminine. I have not reviewed this. I don't know. I need to find out if there's a chance he would remake this and I got word of that. I would review it. Other than that, or if there's a big resale market for it. I mean, this was so limited that that's the only way I would review it. So 6s and 7s. It makes a lot of my top 10 lists because it's so unique, powerful. Cumin bomb for sure. But the oud's a supportive player against the cumin and the Slumber House DNA. All right, the only attar to make it, just because there is a perfume out there, same grease perfume, Russian Oud by Rouge L'Adore. Chocolate meets oud. I called it, is it the new combo? The review is up on this one. I did it before this. I nailed that 3 of these, just to have them up. So for reference for this video. I mean, this is my most requested video, obviously oud, and something I've been wanting to do probably the first month into the channel, but wanted to have my footing around oud. I mean, I wanted to know what I was talking about. Not just for that, but I mean, it's an important thing. Like, it plays into my life. It helps with a lot of things. So I really, if you see the house, if they have an offering of oud, I sample that first. If you go back in my composition study. And so, again, so passionate on top. Chocolate, oud, I find myself craving this. It's a weird thing. It's either I don't want to wear it. I mean, I smell it. I love it. It's just awesome. But there's just sometimes I come in and I'm like, I have to put on Russian Oud. And OUDH the same way. And they kind of share a little bit of similarities. They're not OUDH a little bit louder to my nose, but this is just the refined mass. You see the video, but yeah, got to be here. It's got that, I call it an Ecuadorian chocolate with the fruity notes in the chocolate on top. The oud is drenched in top to bottom of this composition. It deserves to have oud in the name. I think the Russian thing is sacred. I think this is one of the things that helped make this brand, just that Russian oud, Russian atom. I'm in, you guys know that I'm into branding, all that stuff. I just think it all came together. That tipping point, this first collection, very successful. Second collection, but then you have the tipping point where just everything made sense of what he was doing, what he's been doing, and rest is history. And he's just knocking out classics and collections like he should be doing. Love what he's doing. This is close to like wearing oud. It transitions like oud. Obviously, it has synthetic in it. It's mixed media, but heavy raw naturals, musk, and the cocoa. And check out the review. It's fully detailed in that, but it just has so much to offer during your wearing. Great oud perfume. To not talk about this in a nude list, I would have to wear what you're smelling to not have this not included. All right, none other than Russian Atom's partner, Bortnikov, Evocative, reviews up. This is heavy floral. This is pretty. This is a pretty oud. Oud's in there. It's dirty, dry down, pretty dirty. The pretty lasts the whole wearing on my skin. Bubble gum is I smell that from the bottle right now. You wear that on the top sillage, almost the entire wearing. And cocoa, as you finish your sniff, you just get like traces of dust of cocoa. Not heavy, dark chocolate, but just like a cocoa powder is like the smell with that bubble gum. Amazing effect in this composition. I mean, I call it sweet, sweaty, pretty floral with burnt woods all making appearances in the wearing of the Evocative. Tons of vibes happening all at once. Just a beautiful wearing of a perfume. Why you wear perfume, why you own perfume in this. Just, I want to put it all on right now. I'm already wearing stuff I don't think I'll mix with. I mean, overall, chocolate, bubblegum on the skin, and have it in your scent bubble. Are we ready for the top three? So I did an Oriental Lador. I mean, I don't want to put every composition of Oriental Lador in here and INSAR oud in here. So that's kind of how I justified it. I had the Attar version, my only Attar, and Fluty Fleur. No review of this. I'm still working on the words of this to say. This thing is, I can't explain it. I've talked about it, I think, in the top 5 floral video and a couple other places. This is Memories in a Bottle. I sniff that. I literally know just by sniffing the bottle every time I put it on the detail of the day or night that I put it on and wore it, just from the sniff. It is the ultimate memory locker for me in a bottle that I own in my collection. That does that. Others do it, and others pull up stuff, but this just pulls up vivid pictures and emotions and feelings of exactly where I was when I wore it. Dressed, the weather, just everything that was going on, the days that I wore Fluty Fleur by Oriental Lador. I own bottle 95. This stuff, some of the floral, it's not heavy floral. It's very well composed. You're not going to run from the florals. They're there. You're not going to run from the oud. It's there. It's just a perfect perfume, 50-50 down the line. It's just an underrated composition, in my opinion. I know a lot of men, now women are getting involved, but a lot of men that come to these oud fragrances want dark, heavy, animalic, mean stuff. And that's not what this is. I think that was a big turnoff in it. But when we talk about original composition and just stuff smelling and provocative emotion, when I started this, I didn't want. But I've learned that I want both sides of a perfume. I want that transition in a wearing. The prettiness in this is royal. And I say that a lot with stuff. and it's an attraction, and the dirtiness and the animalics are all there. You're going to get them in the dry down, but you got to be a person that put up with both sides of it. Not many people I've found are attracted to both sides of that, and I think that it's perfect for me. I am. For some reason, I can. I've been pulled into iris. I've mentioned that in the last 6 months, but it's just a well balanced composition. Food of Thor, number 3. It moves to number 2 all the time too. So I mean, I go back and forth. Number 2, the video's up. I call this could be my signature scent. This could be the one I have for life. I've said it's EO1, no doubt. Leather in a bottle. You guys that like leather, again, if I made a leather list, I mean, what he did with leather, with all natural ingredients, is just incredible. It smells like that. It's loaded with ingredients. I believe Rose making an appearance in this. Just a great oud. He doesn't use his best ouds in this, but his worst ouds are better than everybody else's best. That's a compliment. That's dead serious. That's how good of stuff INSAR puts out. So be warned, good stuff in this thing. Just this still signature scent, leather, everything you want in it. I do want the pure perfume. I can't justify it until I finish this with that ambergris. All right, we'll see how this goes. Major camera problems this time. Anyways, got done editing the video. Thought I had the whole video. I have a problem. It's only happened to me twice. I guess 30 minutes or so, if the camera overheats, it just shuts off, no warning at all, so I can't tell if it's recording or not. It happened to me, I think the 4 or 5 flowers video, something else. Anyways, happened here. It's the next day, I thought I was done, and I had to come out and reshoot the very end of this long video. Sorry, guys. Important one, though. EO1, number 2, deserves it. Video reviews up to finish this thing off. For any thoughts that I didn't give you here, just signature scent. I could wear it every day. If I had to have one signature scent, that would be it. It just, the leather, it's ruined all leathers for me. Of course, I wish I could have the Perfume and try that one. I just cannot absolutely justify it that I own this. This is just wonderful and on its own right. Anyways, my number one oud composition since I got it, Oud Musk Maharaj. I said it right though 3 times. By Evocative, Orris and oud. I never knew Orris could be such a compliment to oud. They work so well together. It's a 40% concentration of an extrait de parfum, and just multiple blends of ouds from different regions picked to complement the whole composition in this. I did review this. You can go through the review. They do a yearly oud release. I have this year's. The oud profiles smell very, very similar. I think like the same regions, they know what they like of ouds that they're putting in there. Yeah, it's synthetic ambergris and musk, but they go above and beyond creating the best synthetic ambergris and musk that I put my nose to. I've said it in all the Euphoria videos. Go check those out. This is easily my number 1 in my collection. Once it's gone, it's gone. A new number 1 will take its place. I didn't buy this bottle full. I just got, somebody had a backup bottle. They liked me, and I was able to get it. So very blessed to have this. I've gone through over half of what was given to me. I've sprayed it like crazy. I love wearing this stuff. It's easy to wear. It's crowd pleasing. Must love Orris. I mean, it's powder and oud, but it just, as far as the composition goes, it just accomplishes everything I want in a perfume, from the clean to the dirty to just florals and just earthy, and it just brings so much to the table during the entire wearing, and I can wear it everywhere and not even worry about anybody not liking it. Yeah, Musk Oud Maharaj. It's an easy choice for me. Again, this oud list will be a yearly thing that I do on my channel. I feel like I'm repeating myself. It is. I am. 3rd time. But precious ingredient. You guys know that. Finally got it up there. Living out there. Real oud. All of these have real oud in them. They deserve their credit. Oud deserves its credit for what it does in perfumery. I hear all the old time, I've heard it many, many times, different reviewers saying oud's a fad and it's dated. That's the synthetic I talked about in the rant top of the video. Of course it is. Yeah, it is. They tricked everybody by overusing that synthetic. There's no overusing this ingredient. I mean, there's just so many different regions that bring so many profiles. Over 100 aroma chemicals itself, this oil contains. And you can just use it so many different ways. I've highlighted it like crazy with these 10. Some are very sweet top openings, some are very floral openings, some are just raw, dirty. The dirty oud that most people, it should not be the first time you're smelling it. You should not smell one of those. You should smell something like this, something like Eaglewood, something like Fatih, something Mehmed, and it'll start to open your mind of what it can do. Anyways, I hope this is my last take. I hope I got the composition right. I'm trying to just get it up and out so I can work the rest of my day. Taking an extra hour or so, which is not, if this doesn't work, it'll be another day before I get this up. I'm out. Brandon, Therapeutic Fragrance. You be blessed. 2019 interview.